Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Mostly Programming. My name is Vivek Garg. A few days ago we did a poll on Instagram that asked, do you guys want a video about Cognizant recruitment process? And do you want me to share my experience of Cognizant, that how I landed into Cognizant? So majority of you answered yes. So here goes the video. तो आज के इस वीडियो में I'm going to describe you the complete recruitment process of Cognizant in the year 2020 and 2021. Along with that, I'm going to share my interview experience with you guys. और मैं जो भी questions पूछे गए in the technical round or in the HR round, I'm going to tell you that as well. और बीच में I'll keep giving you some tips to ensure your selection into Cognizant. So without any further ado, let's get started with the video. Also, if you have not already subscribed to my channel, please do that right now. And also press the bell icon so that you get all the updates as soon as I upload them. So first question that comes in everyone's mind whenever we talk about placements or any company is that what package are they offering? So let me tell you guys that Cognizant offers a decent package compared to all the other MNCs at the same level, say TCS, Wipro or IBM. All these companies have a package less than 4 lakhs. So Cognizant offers us a package of 4,01,000 per annum during the probation period, and after the probation period it is 4.5 lakhs. This is for the PAT role, Program Analyst Trainee role. Now the second question that arises is how to get into Cognizant. But before that, let me tell you the eligibility criteria. So the eligibility criteria is pretty simple. Number one is that you have to maintain a score of 60% throughout. And what do I mean by that is you must have 60% in 10th, 12th and your engineering. So you must have 60% or more throughout. The second criteria is during the time of onboarding, you should not have any backlogs. During the interview, you may have any backlogs, no issues, but if you are selected during the time of onboarding, you must not have any backlogs in any of the semester. The third eligibility criteria is that you must have a passport and a Aadhaar card and a PAN card during the onboarding process. And for the interview, passport is not mandatory, but you must have a PAN card and Aadhaar card because it is verified before the interview. So passport is required for onboarding process. After the selection, when you are joining, passport is mandatory, but at the time of interview, passport is not mandatory. You must have PAN card and Aadhaar card. So this was about the eligibility criteria. The rest eligibility criteria or expectations from you are pretty simple, that you must know these programming languages C, C++ or Java. You must have done projects and all that basic eligibility criteria. If you want to see the eligibility criteria in detail, I'll drop a link in the description below. You can check that out to see the eligibility criteria. Moving on, a next question that arises is how to apply for Cognizant. Now there are two ways. Number one is off-campus drives. Number two is on-campus drives. So Omkrit Pandey has asked us that what is the difference between off-campus and on-campus drives. So it is pretty simple. In off-campus drives, let me read that out for you so that there is no miscommunication. So in off-campus placements, student of any college who meets the eligibility criteria demanded by the company can participate. So basically, student of any college, Pan India, any college who meets the eligibility criteria given by Cognizant can apply for the job. Whereas in campus placements, only the college students where the company is visiting or some other colleges that have been invited by the college can participate. No other student can participate, only the invited colleges can participate in the in-campus or on-campus drives. So I hope that answers your question, Omkrit. If you want us to answer your question, let us know in the comment section below with the hashtag AskVivek and I'll answer it in my next video. Moving on, so you can either apply through off-campus drives or on-campus drives, right? So how do we know about off-campus drives? So जो भी पंजाब से हैं या नियर बाय एरिया से हैं, keep in touch with Chandigarh University. Keep checking their site because they organize these huge drives every year, be it Cognizant off-campus drive or Wipro. Wipro is through NLT, so that's different. So Cognizant, Capgemini, Mindtree, all these drives are organized by Chandigarh University every year. Rest of the candidates can keep checking on Google, and there are certain sites where you can keep checking. So I'll drop the link in the description of those sites or the Telegram group, so you can join that. And talking about Telegram group, I have also created a Telegram channel, Mostly Programming. I'll drop a link to that as well in the description box, so please join that. I'll send you the links to all these off-campus drives there only, so please join that. Now there is another way to get into Cognizant apart from off-campus and on-campus, that is through references. So the third way is through references. So it's pretty simple. Find someone who is already working there and ask them to refer you and send your resume to the HR department. Pretty simple, no? बस किसी को ढूंढ लो. If we are counting the application process as the first stage, then the second stage is the aptitude test. So this test is basically an MCAT test organized by Aspiring Minds. This is a take from home test. Kindly note this thing, if you are applying through a off-campus drive, then this is a take from home test. Otherwise it will be in your college only. So I applied for Cognizant on 23rd September 2019 through Chandigarh University. An off-campus drive was being conducted and I received my login credentials for the test on 15th October 2019. There are several instructions, and along with your login credential there are several instructions. Please go through them carefully. The login credentials are generally valid for 48 hours, so you have to take the test in between of those 48 hours. As I mentioned earlier, it is a take from home test, so all you need is a Wi-Fi connection, a laptop with the working webcam. That's all you need for the test. Also you need to prepare, do not forget that. So moving on to the test pattern, so basically there are 4 modules. Number 1 is the quantitative aptitude section. There are 16 questions to be done in 16 minutes. After that there is the logical reasoning section, 24 questions to be done in 35 minutes. So the third module is the English verbal module. There are 22 questions to be done in 18 minutes. So the last and final module is the Automata Fix module, in which there are 7 questions to be done in 20 minutes. So in total there are 69 questions to be done in 89 minutes. I hope the test pattern or the modules are clear to you. So if you want me to make a detailed video about the modules and what is the syllabus and how do we prepare and what all sites are available for preparation, so let me know in the comment section below. I'll make that video for you. Talking about my experience of the test, so I started the test around 1 PM and started off with the first module, which is the quantitative aptitude section. 16 questions to be done in 16 minutes. So the level of this particular module is moderate, not very difficult questions are there and neither very easy questions are there. The second module is logical, 24 questions to be done in 35 minutes. So this particular module is a little bit tricky because there are certain questions related to sitting arrangement which take time, which consume time. So you need to be well prepared for this particular section. If you want me to make a video on the described syllabus, let me know in the comment section below. I'll definitely make a video for you. The third section is verbal ability, 22 questions to be done in 18 minutes. You will have to be real quick in this section because you do not even have a minute to answer a question. So please be quick, be well prepared for this section. This section is not rocket science. There are going to be 2 comprehensions and some synonyms, antonyms and sentence correction questions. So this section is no rocket science, but still you have to be really quick in this. So these 3 sections went really well, flawless. I believe I might have scored 90 percentile throughout this. So these three sections went really well. Now comes the fourth section, the automata fix, which is the coding module. So all the 7 questions are not related to code writing. So let me break down these 7 questions for you. 2 questions are going to be error correction, error finding and error correction. 2 are going to be synthetical error, 2 are going to be logical, 2 are going to be synthetical, and 2 to 3 questions are going to be of code reuse, where you will have to write a code. In the 4 questions you will have to, in the first 2 and the next 2, you will have to find the logical or synthetical error and debug the code. But in the next 2 to 3 questions you will have to write the code. So a tip right here for you. First of all, answer the debugging questions only. In this section only you can switch between the questions, but in all the other 3 sections, quantitative, reasoning and verbal, you cannot switch between questions. But here in this automata fix section you can. So first of all, answer all the debugging, synthetical or logical error finding questions and correct them, and only if you have time left then go for the code rewriting question, because I'll share my experience with you. My first question was a code rewrite question, code writing question, and I consumed around 7 to 8 minutes for that particular question and was able to run only 2 test cases out of 8. So I panicked a lot. After that, second question was also code rewrite question, code writing question. So in that, out of 8, I believe 2 test cases again. So I panicked a lot and I have already consumed 14 to 15 minutes, only 5 minutes were left. So after that, I did 1 debugging question with all the test cases and 1 with partial test cases. So honestly, I was not accepting an interview call from Cognizant because I messed up real bad in this particular section. So that's why I want you to first attempt the debugging questions, the 4 debugging questions or 5 debugging questions, and then if only time is left, go for the code writing questions. This I am telling from my personal experience, because honestly I was not expecting a call back for the interview after messing up real bad in this section. So I'm going to show you this tip right here, that only answer the debugging questions first, and if time is left then go for the code writing questions. So we are done with the MCAT test. Submit the test and after that wait for the result announcement. So I received an email on Diwali 2019. Diwali के दिन मुझे email आया that I have been selected and I got my hall ticket for the interview. One more tip for the Cognizant MCAT test: keep your iCard near you, because they ask to scan your iCard along with your face. So that's why keep it near you. So I received the results on Diwali 26th October and I was selected for the interview round. So I received my hall ticket and they had given me all the instructions and list of all the documents that were required. Passport, Aadhaar card, PAN card and all these documents were required. So whatever documents are mentioned, keep a copy of them and the originals with you. They rarely ask to see them while the interview, but still keep them with you. Only PAN card and hall ticket is required to make sure that the person that has gone for the interview is the right person. To check his identity, PAN card or Aadhaar card and the hall ticket is required. So I had my interview scheduled for 2nd November at Chandigarh University, Chandigarh. So I reached the venue there by 8 o'clock. The time was 9, but I reached an hour before and I was thinking मैंने बहुत बड़ा कोई तीर मार लिया, but to my surprise वहाँ पे ऑलरेडी 100-200 लोग पहुँच चुके थे. तो प्लीज़ वेन्यू में जल्दी पहुँचिए, बिकॉज जल्दी पहुँचेंगे तो आपका जो डॉक्यूमेंट वेरिफिकेशन है वो सबसे पहले हो जाएगा एंड इंटरव्यू उतनी ही जल्दी होगा. तो बाय 9 or 9:15 द डॉक्यूमेंट वेरिफिकेशन स्टार्टेड. सो दे चेक्ड अवर पैन कार्ड, हॉल टिकट एंड आवर फोटोग्राफ्स, एंड also they click some photographs during the test, during the MCAT test. They have programmed it such that the webcam clicks some of your pictures while you're taking the test. So make sure you give your own test. Okay, ऐसा ना हो कि मतलब कोई और आपका टेस्ट दे रहा है. मेरे एक फ्रेंड के साथ ये हुआ था, उसने मतलब अपने रूममेट से टेस्ट दिलवा दिया और फिर वो इंटरव्यू के लिए जा ही नहीं पाया, बिकॉज वो चेक करते हैं वहाँ पे कि वही बंदा आया है हमारे पास इंटरव्यू देने जिसने टेस्ट दिया था या नहीं। तो प्लीज़ अपना टेस्ट खुद कीजिए, बिकॉज वो बहुत शाने हैं, आप उनको इतना ईजिली उल्लू नहीं बना सकते हैं। और इसका सबसे बड़ा ड्रॉबैक क्या होगा, दे विल ब्लैक लिस्ट यू। अगर आपने ये चीज़ करी तो कॉग्निजेंट आपको ब्लैक लिस्ट कर देगा एंड आप कभी भी कॉग्निजेंट में अप्लाई नहीं कर पाओगे। सो प्लीज़ कोई भी मतलब ऐसे चीटिंग वीटिंग करने का ट्राई मत करना। Okay, so the next round is the technical interview round. The first round of the interview is the technical interview round after document verification. So let me clear one thing here. There is no panel interview. It is just like a Viva was here. Viva की तरह था बिल्कुल. There were around 20 different rooms where 20 interviewers were sitting. So at a time 20 students were going into different rooms and 20 interviews were going on simultaneously. So I entered my interview room and I greeted my interviewer. So we smiled at each other and he asked me to sit. So after that, after I sat down, the first question that he fired at me was, tell me something about yourself. And honestly, I was expecting this question because, you know, 90% of the chances of you being selected in an interview depends upon this particular question only. So answer this question really well. If you want to know how to answer, tell me something about yourself, check this video. I'll link it here in the I button, or you will also find the link in the description box below. Check out this video and you will get to know how to answer this particular question in a well structured and well mannered form. After I was done telling him about myself, he asked me follow-up questions related to my projects. You must know in and out about your project. Doesn't matter कि आपने प्रोजेक्ट का कौन सा हिस्सा संभाला था, आपको उसके बारे में completely पता होना चाहिए। आपका सारा इंटरव्यू जो है, टेक्निकल इंटरव्यू राउंड है, इज गोइंग टू रिवॉल्व अराउंड द प्रोजेक्ट ओनली। सो मेक श्योर आपने जो प्रोजेक्ट किया है वो अच्छा हो, सेकेंडली वो उसके बारे में आपको सब कुछ पता हो। एज आई एम फ्रॉम ECE, सो उसने मुझसे कुछ क्वेश्चंस पूछे रिलेटेड टू द फील्ड. सो ही आस्क्ड मी अबाउट VLSI, एम्बेडेड सिस्टम, इंटरनेट ऑफ थिंग्स. अलॉन्ग विद दैट उन्होंने मेरे से कुछ एप्लीकेशंस पूछे, IoT के ड्रॉबैक्स पूछे, तो इस तरह के बेसिक क्वेश्चंस पूछे. ही ऑल्सो आस्क्ड मी अबाउट द डिजिटल सर्किट्स. उन्होंने मुझसे फ्लिप फ्लॉप्स के बारे में पूछा एंड ऑल दैट स्टफ. बेसिक सी चीज़ें पूछी गई. आफ्टर दैट ही आस्क्ड मी अबाउट द ऑब्जेक्ट ओरिएंटेड प्रोग्रामिंग, उसके बारे में थोड़ा पूछा. ही आस्क्ड मी 2 मार्क्स डेफिनेशंस जो जनरली होती हैं, एब्स्ट्रैक्शन, एनकैप्सुलेशन, पॉलीमॉर्फिज्म, ये तीनों डेफिनेशन उन्होंने पूछी. वी वर डन विद द थ्योरेटिकल पार्ट ऑफ द इंटरव्यू. सो after that he asked me to write a code. So the problem that I was given was very simple. Actually it was very simple. So what he did, he gave me 5 salaries of 5 different employees and asked me to write a code to print the second highest salary. Pretty easy, right? Take an array, input all the salaries, implement sorting, and then print the I is equal to 1th element. So he asked me to write this code. So when I handed him over the code, he did not even see it. He just asked me to explain my approach to the problem. So make sure आपको कोडिंग के साथ साथ अपने कोड को एक्सप्लेन करना है. Right. So after the explanation of the code, he was satisfied and then he asked me to leave. So we smiled back at each other and the technical interview round was done. So we waited, all my colleagues, all my fellow candidates, we waited in the reception area. So after half an hour or so, the result for my slot were announced and around 60% of the candidates were selected and 40% were sent home. So definitely I was selected. So after the technical round, the next round is the HR round. Now there is one misassumption here. We assume that technical round अगर हो गया तो HR इतना difficult नहीं है, HR तो निकल ही जाएगा. But let me tell you, मेरे कॉलेज से हम 2 बंदे थे जिन दोनों का technical round clear हुआ था, but HR में one of my friends was rejected. So HR को lightly मत लेना, be well prepared for the HR round as well. So I'm going to tell you HR में किस तरह के questions पूछे गए. So when I entered the room, he asked me to introduce myself, which is the obvious. तो प्लीज़ वो वीडियो चेक कर लीजिए, हाउ टू आंसर टेल मी समथिंग अबाउट योरसेल्फ। मैंने बहुत एक स्ट्रक्चर्ड वे में आपको कि क्या क्या इंक्लूड करना है, क्या क्या करना है उस आंसर में, क्या क्या नहीं करना, वो सब उस वीडियो में बताया, तो प्लीज़ चेक दैट आउट। आफ्टर दिस क्वेश्चन, सेकेंड क्वेश्चन ही आस्क्ड मी दैट व्हाट डू यू नो अबाउट कॉग्निजेंट, कि आपको कॉग्निजेंट के बारे में क्या पता है। तो आपको दिस इज़ फॉर ऑल द कंपनीज, आप जिस भी कंपनी के लिए इंटरव्यू करने जा रहे हो, एटलीस्ट आपको उस कंपनी के बारे में थोड़ी बहुत नॉलेज होनी चाहिए। उसका टर्नओवर कितना है, उसके हेडक्वार्टर्स कहाँ पे हैं, मतलब उसमें किस तरह के प्रोजेक्ट्स पे काम किया जाता है, व्हाट ऑल डोमेन्स दे आर वर्किंग ऑन, तो इस तरह की चीज़ें आपको पता होनी चाहिए अबाउट द कंपनी। सो आफ्टर दिस ही आस्क्ड मी ओनली 2 questions. He went through my resume and he highlighted 2 points from the intrapersonal skills and asked me to provide backstories to support what I have written in those skills. So I provided backstories and evidences to support why I have written Notion Breaker, and related to the team management and team leader, he asked me that suppose there are grievances between the employees, there is friction between the employees. Being a team leader, how are you going to resolve those grievances, or how are you going to reduce that friction? So these were the questions that were asked and I answered it really well. So after this he asked me if I am willing to relocate. So I said yes, I have no issues with relocation. Remember that, always say yes for relocation. कभी भी मना मत करना, बहुत negative impression जाता है. After that he asked me to sign a paper, a form basically which was for relocation only. So he asked me to sign that. So after signing, he asked me to leave. So we greeted each other and I came back home. After 3 to 4 days, my TPO, training and placement officer, informed me that I have been selected at Cognizant. So after 20 days or so, I received an official congratulatory mail from Cognizant itself. So this was the whole recruitment process. So I received my congratulatory mail on 27th of November. And after a month or so, in the first week of January, I received my offer letter. And by the end of January, all the pre-joining formalities were done. All the documents that are required, all the forms that are required were submitted by the first week of February or end of January. Right, so I was supposed to join Cognizant in August or September 2020, but due to COVID, this pandemic thing, I'm still waiting for my date of joining. My fellow candidates have received their date of joining, but some of us are still waiting. I might get in 10 to 12 days. So Cognizant is a really good company for freshers. It is one of the Fortune 500 companies. So if you have any queries related to the recruitment process, or if you want me to make a detailed video about the MCAT algorithm, about the syllabus and all that stuff, let me know in the comment section below. I'll make a detailed video on how to prepare for the MCAT test as well. So if you have any queries, let me know in the comment section below. You can also follow us on Instagram for all the updates. Also join our Telegram channel. उस पे मैं ये जो भी ऑफ कैंपस ड्राइव्स के लिंक्स हैं वो सब आपको सेंड करता रहूँगा, तो आप हमारा टेलीग्राम चैनल भी ज्वाइन कर लीजिए. द लिंक टू दैट इज़ ऑल्सो गिवन इन द डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स बिलो. तो अगर आपने अभी तक चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है, प्लीज़ डू दैट एंड ऑल्सो प्रेस द बेल आइकन. तो आई होप आपको ये वीडियो अच्छा लगा. इफ़ यू लाइक द वीडियो, गिव इट अ बिग फैट थम्स अप एंड ऑल्सो शेयर विद योर फ्रेंड्स. बाय बाय, टेक केयर, एंड आई होप आप लोगों का इंटरव्यू क्लियर हो एंड यू ऑल्सो गेट सिलेक्टेड एट कॉग्निजेंट.